It does not matter if you are skilled or unskilled. This tier 10 in front of you is, in my opinion, the best tier 10 in the game, known as the Type 71. Why is the Type 71 such a strong vehicle? Well, it's all down to frontal armor and mobility, which we're going to be talking about in today's video, followed by some, hopefully, ace-taker gameplay, although I have absolutely no clue. The Type 71 is the newest branch in the game. Now, we are very soon going to have the Italian TDs, but for now, it's the Type 71. This vehicle is incredibly fast down to its improved suspension equipment. It's able to have just a ridiculous traverse speed of 50 degrees a second, and it's also able to average 34 kilometers per hour, even though its top speed is only 3 higher at 37 kilometers per hour. Basically, this vehicle never goes slower than its average speed, meaning that climbing up hills or really anything, this vehicle is an absolute beast. I'd say you can climb up hills faster than most mediums. Also, when it comes to the Type 71, it has just the most ridiculous frontal armor. That upper plate is around 300 millimeters thick base, meaning that if you load heat, it's going to be about 320 to 30 millimeters thick. Good luck penning that with any medium because you're not going to. And even the lower plate, if you'll notice, it is an extremely steep angle, meaning that the lower plate as well is going to be an incredibly hard penetration. Overall, the Type 71 is truly a ridiculous vehicle. And we're going to be showcasing that in today's video. The only part about the Type that I've talked about in the past, which I do seriously not enjoy about the vehicle, is the gun. And yeah, that is quite an important part about the vehicle. But it's not an awful gun. It's just not an enjoyable gun for me. It kind of reminds me of the IS-7, but it doesn't have the alpha of the IS-7. So for example, let's say you've got a medium tank off to your side. You want to turn your vehicle. You've got that 50 degrees of traverse speed. You turn your tank, you try to get the shot out, and then, oh boy, it misses by literally a mile. And that's something that, like, obviously the IS-7, maybe the IS-4 does every now and then. But you'd think a 400 alpha gun, especially with the amount of poor DPM this vehicle has sitting at the same of the E5, that it wouldn't necessarily have really bad accuracy, but it's just really wonky accuracy. It's not even bad, it's just like it misses the weirdest shots. So because of that, I do not love the gun on this vehicle. But apart from the gun, overall, this vehicle is absolutely amazing. I also think it looks great. I don't know what you guys think about this tank's looks, but I think it absolutely just looks amazing. When you add all these things together, I do believe that this is the best tier 10 in the game. There's a reason why it was used so heavily in comp. And, yeah, I mean, it's just such an amazing vehicle. Now, it does have downsides. I mean, if you get towards the side of it, because it is such a large vehicle, you can pen it, but obviously that's the same for most vehicles. I will say also the rear of this tank is over 100 millimeters thick, meaning that no HE shells from any tier 10 TD, apart from ones that fire Hesh like the 183, are going to have a chance of penetrating you. That's another pretty big advantage for this vehicle. Now, yes, I could capture the base, but right now I think it's more important for me to get over towards the enemy as quickly as possible. I am a frontline heavy, just wasn't sure if there was going to be a medium or anything went over towards this side of the map. It appears that there is not, so I'm going to continue on pushing through into their spawn. Let's aim it on the rear of that 50B and fire. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's a pretty big HE slapperoonie right there. 3 more seconds left. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and fire. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And that is why I pushed my tank to mid. I think this spot is great because if anybody does misposition their vehicle in B spot like that, then we can get some very easy and free shells into them. Now, there is the enemy T-95, and also I'm getting shot by the 54E1. Now, there's not much I can do about that, but let's not get penned by that final shell. Oh, well, we did, actually, and now we're being shot by the Yo. Well, unfortunate for us. I mean, I can't obviously deal with 2 flanks at once, but the good news is that this 54E1 basically killed himself. He put himself in an awful position because now I can just come around this corner and kill him, basically. So let me just turn my vehicle towards him. And here we go. Hello, Mr. 54E1. There's a free shot for you. Let me back up. I also got my teammate in the 907 waiting for you. I'm just going to wiggle my vehicle back. And 907, oh, no, 907 didn't get the kill. Big ripperoonie, but let's just reload, aim it on that 95, and back on up. As you can see already, just the armor on this vehicle making even a 95 have no clue what the heck he's doing. And now because the 95 missed, we're just going to poke him again, go for another shell into his lower plate. The reason right now why I'm not tunneling that 5041 is down to the simple fact that I think the 95 is a bigger threat. So we're going to keep on shooting this T95 while I can. Yeah. And if my 140 would help me, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, he's really not right now, which is definitely a bit of a problem for me, judging that I do not have a driver. But even with a dead driver, my traverse speed is still stupid. Like, this vehicle is just absolutely insane. We're already up to 3,100 damage dealt in this game, and now we're just going to continue making our way over towards the front line. Now, fun fact about a dead driver, as long as you don't stop moving, you can actually still drive at somewhat close to your top speed. So as you'll notice, I'm going about 35 kilometers per hour right now, even with a dead driver. That's just a bit of advice I can always give for a take with a dead driver. Just make sure you don't turn your vehicle and you can actually keep on moving close to your top speed. Now, right now, I only have 601 hit points, which is obviously something I should be a little careful about, judging that the E100 can one-shot me. But at the same time, I'm not incredibly worried because, as we know, this vehicle has stupid armor, so if that E100 pens me, he'd probably have to load heat, meaning that I don't think he'd even finish me off. So there's the E100. Boom. Very easy shot to the side of his turret. This 907's also going to absolutely bully and butcher him. We got 4 more seconds left before our reload, so let's just go in and kaboom. There you go. Another nice 439 hit points, and the 907 finishes him off. So, at the end of this battle, we dealt over 4,000 damage, was easily able to just shrug off the entirety of the enemy team, basically. We had the Yo shooting us in the rear, we had the 54 in the 1, in the front, we had the T95 in the front, and just, we don't care. There you go. Very easy win, even 4,000 damage, and that's only a second class, showcasing just where this vehicle does really well. Now, I should point out that this vehicle's armor is only strong if you make it strong. It's only going to be good if you stay frontal on towards your opponents. It's kind of like a 268 version 4. You also have to understand how to wiggle it, though. If you're one of those players that just drives out sideways, guess what? This take is not going to allow you to do that. It has no spaced armor really on the sides. Now, it does have a very troll front track wheel. That means if you try to pen it, it will actually get a bounce. But apart from that, you got to be very, very careful when it comes to this vehicle's frontal armor. So, Sheridan wants to go to the left, and honestly, I'm a little bit mixed because we have, I don't know why we would go to the left. That sounds really stupid to me, but I'll go. The reason why that sounds stupid is because we literally have a double E3. Why not just push both E3s, hold down over towards D, stop there, 1, 2, 3-ish, 4-ish heavies from pushing that way, but oh well. Guess I'll go this way. Alright, let's see. Nice shot already from the Sheridan. We got the Jagdpanzer over here aiming and fire. Nice. Okay. Wasn't sure if I needed heat for that, but I fired it anyway because I think that was a bit smarter of a decision. And now let's make our way over here. Now we do got that Jag, so I'm just going to try and cross this without getting shot. We also watched that E3 just shoot. Unfortunately, our shell went, as you can see, a bit low. But that is the conundrum when it comes to the type is, again, that accuracy is a bit poor. Let's just reload, see if we can get a shell into the TVP. There you go. Nice tap. I'm going to continue on capturing this base. We're going to sit right here as well. Let's put on that reload, and come on. Hello, Mr. Jag. Poop. There you go. Nice shot into his vehicle. And then we just kind of back it on up. Now, the bad news is that our Sheridan is dead. That is really bad news. But there's not much I can do about that, obviously. Let's go for another shell into the enemy Jagdpanzer. Somehow our E3 is also a one-shot. Very, very bad news. Our team is bleeding heavily. So, let me get an HE into the rear of that E3. Nice shot, 515 damage. We do have the TVP off to the side. But that doesn't really worry me too much. Unfortunately, though, it's like every tank I kill, my teammate loses one in return. So, we got the Type over there, we got the E3 over here, we got the Hori in mid, not a lot of fun vehicles to deal with right now. Let's reload. Is this Hori here? No, okay. So we know that the Type's going to pop off to our side. We still have a lot of HP left. I mean, we're full health, which is good news. The bad news is that right there. So I'm going to reload. Unfortunately, it looks like my next teammate has been cleared. It's literally like teammate after teammate dying here, which is not good news. Not at all. So I'm going to back up. We're going to see if I can get another pen into maybe like the C100. Oh, unfortunate for me. But good news is we were able to back up at least. Our E3 may be a one-shot, but at least the E3 still does have some health, you know. Let's reload again. Come on, E100, poke it, bro. I know you want to. Okay, so let's see. We got the 100 there. I'm just thinking about what's the smartest decision to make here. And right now, I think we can just poke that E100. We did get the pen in, and unfortunately, we also got penned by that type. And we got a bit of a low roll as well on that player. Alright, good. Good. Our teammate is capturing the base, which I think is good. If we can just hold here while our teammate captures the base, then we'll be fine. That's because, obviously, we want that base cap. So, our grill's going to go over there and cap that. And the TVP appears that it's going to try and YOLO the grill. So, what I'm going to do is I'm first of all going to aim right here. I'm not sure if the TVP is on this side, but perfect. There you go. Nice shell into the TVP. And I'm hoping that this grill doesn't take every L knowing how he is, but looks like the grill is doing that right now. Let's go for a heat shell. Unfortunately, it does not penetrate. Our U100's also being rushed, which is bad news. So what I'm going to try and do right now is I'm going to try and clear this. Oh, that works. That actually works really well. Okay, so I'm going to clear the Hori. I'm going to ignore that type. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to try and clear this Hori. So let me get a pen in. A little bit of a face hug ram, and I'm going to make sure that this Hori at least hopefully has a hard time penning me. Come on, don't pen it, don't pen it. Yes! Alright, no more Hori to deal with. After the Hori is dealt with, we got the Type 71 and the TVP. Okay, now, the good news is that the vehicles that we do have alive both carry alpha, which means that if they are able to hit their shots, also pretty nice shell there. Let me start heading towards this TVP, actually. This player is not going to be able to really pen me frontally, which means I can just start heading towards him. Oh, and the type's already dead. Well, perfect. So all that's left is this TVP. And the best part is because we have so much mobility, this player really can't even run. So there you go. Nice HE into his vehicle. 531 damage, and there's your dub. So, a little bit of a painful game, but we were able to come out with a victory overall. 4,895 damage, 1,500 blocked, and as you can see, an ace tanker gameplay. Haha! We called it at the beginning. So, overall, the Type 71 is an amazing vehicle, and these two games very easily illustrate that. If you're struggling with the tank, I don't really know what to say because this is literally just one of the easiest vehicles to run in the game. So get watching those tutorials. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, hopefully you do, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.